so today I'm going to be doing a look with the Jaclyn Hill palette. So I hope you enjoy this video. Make sure to give it a thumbs up if you do, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel because I may be doing another look with this palette. So I did just kind of a summer night out look. I might do a more out of the box, really cool look in another video with this palette, or just an everyday look. So let me know what you would like to see in the comments down below. In this video, I am collabing with a good friend of mine here on YouTube, and her name is Tony. She's very good at makeup and very good at her videos. I really enjoy watching her, and I know you will too, so make sure you subscribe to her channel. Tony is also doing a look with the Jaclyn Hill palette, so if you want to see another person's review of the palette, and if you want to see another look with this palette, because it will be different than mine, then please check out her video. I will leave it down below, and don't forget to like and subscribe on her channel as well. I can't wait to see what look she comes up with in her video that I know will be awesome, so make sure you check it out. If you want to see my first impressions with this palette and my review and this makeup tutorial, then just keep watching. Alright guys, so I know I've already made an intro. Right now is when you're going to get my first impression of the Jaclyn Hill palette. So glad that it's finally out, and it's just so beautiful. I love the white and silver, and then the cute pictures on the back, and she also gives like a little note to the subscribers. Before I open this, I have already done my foundation, concealer, powder, and eyebrows, and I primed my eyes, so I can go straight into the eyeshadow. So beautiful. Oh, I love it. So this looks exactly like the packaging. I like how it's thin, like it's not that thick at all. So pretty. Look at those colors. These are beautiful. One little swipe and they're so pigmented already. So I'm just gonna take my Sigma E40. So she said she always uses this shade as the transition. One thing about this is that it doesn't have like the names of the colors on the palette anywhere or in the box. I just looked it up online, and this one is Silk Cream. It's the third shade in the palette. Taking that shade, let's just see how it does. This is really pretty. It's a really good transition shade. This next one I'm gonna go in with is MFEO, and that is the fourth shade in the palette, and it stands for Made for Each Other. So I'm just putting this the same place I put the Silk Cream color. This is a really pretty color as well. It has zero kickback at all. So I'm really just making this up as I go along. I really have no idea what look I'm going to do yet. I like how these shades are buildable and they're not super pigmented. Just more like blendable and buildable, which I love about transition shades. I'm gonna go in with Creamsicle. So this is Creamsicle right here. This one doesn't have any kickback either. So I might put this up a little bit higher than the other ones because I just kind of want that as the overlay up there. Just don't get too much on your brush just because of the color. Really love the formula of the eyeshadows that I've used so far. I'm gonna go in with Butter. It has a more warm and red undertone to it. So I'm just keeping this in the outer half of that crease because we want to keep the darker shades more in the outer part than the inner. I really like that shade. You can see how much depth it gives to the lid. Next, I'm just gonna basically go in with all of these matte shades over here. This one is in Pooter. This one's not as warm as Butter. This color payoff is great and they're super buildable. So I'm gonna take some of Silk Cream, that's the third shade, and I'm just gonna use that to blend that shade out and just kind of go more in the inner part of my lid, or crease I mean. As you can see, I'm just kind of putting it in the little pocket of my crease right there. I'm not really bringing it down much. The only shades I want in the inner part of the crease are the first two. I don't think I need this shade. It's the next one in Pukey. No, I do want to use Pukey. So I'm going to take my E40 and just kind of use that really in the crease. It really coincides with the Creamsicle shade because it has that yellowy green undertone. Just want to talk about the quality of the eyeshadows really fast that I've used. All of them are really creamy. All of them are really blendable and buildable, and that's what I love about them. I'm gonna use these three, and I'm gonna start out with this one, which is Buns, and look at that. That's a really pretty color, and it goes on really good. Has good pigmentation. Blend it out. Because this is a first impressions, I'm literally trying to use as many eyeshadows as I can. That's why I'm using so many. I'm gonna take this shade right here. That one is Roxanne. So I'm just gonna put this kind of in the outer corner. Look at that, it's so pretty. It's not like too red or too purple or anything like that. It's just a good mixture. So that one's like just a true burgundy red. This is probably the last matte that I will use, but it looks kind of like a reddish brown, and it is Jack's. This is a really pretty color. I'm so excited to try this. So good. Yes, I really like this shade. It's just the perfect shade that I needed. Just keeping this in the outer corner. I'm gonna take Silk Cream, which is the transition shade, and just kind of blend this out. I think I'm gonna go with Firework. Ooh, I like this. It's kind of hard to see only because I have all those dark mattes on the lid right there. So I think I'm gonna put a different shade over top of it. Hill Stir. Oh yeah, that is the shade. And of course I had to use it because it's like for her fans. Definitely a fan, so I have to use it. Y'all, this is really pigmented. That other one, the Firework one, is not as pigmented as this one. This one's pigmented, so you have to be careful. Don't get too much on your brush. Right there, I'm gonna take some Buns. I've already used this shade, but I'm gonna put that in the crease because I feel like I got some of that Roxanne on my lid. Crease. Okay, now I'm gonna take Queen. Yes, this is the one I've been wanting to use ever since I saw the video about the palette, and it's that gold one right on the end in the second row. I just want to see what it does with a clean brush. It's not wet, so I'm going to put that in the middle as like a pop of color, and I'm going to need some all-nighter spray because I feel like this is going to be better with a wet brush. And now I want to use these shades. I love those pinks, those three on the end. But anyways, I love Queen. As you can tell, it's pigmented and it looks really good with a wet brush because it's really metallic. This one is in Faint, and look how beautiful. Again, this is the one that I swatched earlier. Okay, let's see how this looks. It probably will not go good with this look, but it's okay. Ooh, I really like it. I think I'm gonna have to do one of those other shades on top just to warm it up a bit. First, I'm gonna do Sissy, and then I'm going to put on Little Lady. I feel like it still doesn't match. This is pretty hilarious. I just really wanted to use these shades, okay? Now for the outer part, I think I'm going to, just to make it match the inner part a little bit more, I'm gonna do Sissy and Roxanne. And that just lightens it up a bit. Just kind of touching the crease up by just taking some of the other shades, literally just picking a random one and going with it. So I'm gonna take some more of Queen, put it in the middle. I'm just gonna be touching up the colors, especially on the lid. And then now I'm just going to kind of clean it up because it's a little bit messy, as you can tell. I'm gonna take this pencil brush and I'm just going to take one of the matte shades, this shade right here, and just making a line in the crease because I got some of the lid shades on there. I really like Roxanne, you guys. This is one of my favorites. Okay, and then I'm just going to blend it out using the first transition shade I used. Now the matte shades in the crease are separate from the shimmer shades on the lid. My camera shut off on me, so what happened is I just did some concealer right here to clean up the sides, and as you can tell, it looks a lot better. But now I'm going to clean up the top because it got really high and I don't like how high it is. What I'm doing is I'm going to take a brush like this, and I'm going to take a matte highlight shade from my Lorac Pro palette. I'm just going to get a lot on there, and I'm just putting it at the top of the eyeshadow. You just get a bunch on there, put it at the top, and just let it sit. So this is kind of like baking. So I'm just going to let that sit. So what I'm going to do while we're waiting for this is the lower lash line. So going back to the Jaclyn Hill palette. So I'm going to take some of the darker shades I used. So I'm going to go in with Roxanne, Jack's, and then a more brown shade. And that one is in Buns. Okay, so that's the lower lash line, even though I didn't really get any of it on camera, I don't think, because it's really bad at that. Cleaning it up just a little bit. Now we're going to wipe off the baking, so to speak, and it's definitely not as bad. I'm gonna do it again and let it sit a little bit longer because I feel like I still want it to not be that high. Letting that sit, and I'm gonna do my face makeup. I'm not gonna put it on this video because this video is probably already long enough. Okay, so all I did was blend off the baking, and look how much better it looks. It looks so much more blended and diffused and not too dark up there. And I also did touch up the lid colors, but that's it. I wanted to try one of these eyeshadows for a highlighter. The second shade in the palette, this one is Beam, so I'm thinking it might would be good for a highlighter. Let's just see. Ooh, Ooh, that's real. Ooh, wow. That is way more pigmented than it looks. Like in the pan, it looks like it's not even pigmented. I really, really like it. That is such a pretty highlight. It's so smooth. Just gonna blend it out just a tad. I do want to test, this is the first shade. Look at that. I'm gonna have to use that. That is in light, I think. So I'm gonna put Beam, which is what we use for the actual highlight. I'm gonna put that as the inner corner highlight, and then I think I'm gonna do the other one as the brow bone highlight, and then put Beam on top of it. Wow, I think I could replace this with nylon. Or no, replace nylon with this. Yes, look at that. I think I like this better than nylon, which is saying a lot, and that's from MAC. I'm gonna take In Light, which is the first shade right here. I'm gonna put that on first. I like this shade as well. That's it for the eyes. I've got to do my mascara, so I'm gonna go and do that. I did get to test out a lot of the eyeshadows, which is what I wanted to do. So I am happy about that, and I really like these eyeshadows. They're super good. All right, guys, so I'm done with this look, and I'm really happy with it. I really love the Jaclyn Hill palette. So I really love this palette. Beautiful colors. I just loved it, and I feel like I'm saying the same words over and over, but I really did love this palette. It's a great palette. I would recommend it to anybody. It is sold out right now, but they're gonna come out with more. So I will have the link in the description box down below so you can check it out and buy it for yourself when it comes back in stock. And let me just say, the price is right. This is $38, which you may think is a lot, but you get 35 eyeshadows. So that means each eyeshadow is about $1.09, which is incredible. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope this helped you decide if you should buy this or not. I just hope you enjoyed. Make sure to give it a thumbs up if you did enjoy. Definitely subscribe so you won't miss if I do another look with this palette. And please comment down below what you would like to see from me. I think that's all I have to say, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.